What's up YouTube, Miss Majin here with another anime video just for you. If you're new here, welcome. Love having you here. If you're a subscriber, then welcome back, and also love you so much. We are going to talk today about my original favorite anime character, a lot of people's favorite anime character. Even if he's not your favorite anime character, you still love the shit out of this guy, and that is Vegeta. And specifically, I want to talk about Majin Vegeta, but we've got to have a little bit of like a roundabout. We've got to talk about some other things to do with Vegeta before we can actually talk about Majin Vegeta. So like, when Vegeta came to Earth, he came here, like this is, we live on the same planet as Goku and them. He came here to, gather the Dragon Balls, to gain immortality, to overthrow Lord Frieza. And he definitely didn't come here to save Raditz. We can all agree on that, right?
Vegeta, no!
Vegeta, yes!
I just want to make a small caveat here about Vegeta, and this is my own personal thoughts and opinions. I believe Vegeta is quite good in his heart. I believe that he was hella misguided, bent on power and pride, and also seeing his father be humiliated by Lord Beerus and Frieza. It's going to make him pretty angry at any other planet that isn't planet Vegeta. So we all know what happened when Nappa and Vegeta got to Earth. R.I.P. Nappa, you fought very well. Vegeta's tail gets cut off by Yajirobe. Gohan has a go at Vegeta. Goku has a go at Vegeta. Gohan turns into a goddamn great ape. Shit goes everywhere. It goes north, south, Universe B, Universe C, Schrodinger's cat, everything you can imagine. It all happens. At the end of it, in true Goku fashion, Goku lets Vegeta live because he's never seen anyone that powerful before and he wants to fight him again later under better circumstances. I, for one, am grateful. Thank you, Goku, for being such a dude. Obviously, after that, we end up on planet Namek, which we'll just skim over because it's not really Vegeta-centric, but I believe that this is where Vegeta learned what the universe is truly like. He's seen a goddamn Super Saiyan in real life and goes, holy hell, what the fuck is that? Excuse me, Shenron, may I also have that, please? What he's having? I would also enjoy some Super Saiyan. Thank you. Oh, you can't do it? Shit. Alas, he has to earn the Super Saiyan ability himself. And so, like, after having no home to go to, because, Frieza, Lord Beerus, blew it up, so he winds up back on Earth to form part of the Z Squad, essentially. Which, let's be fair, is not a bad addition to have. As we just said, Goku had never seen anyone as powerful as Vegeta, so it's good to have him on your side, if you know what I'm saying, even though he's got no choice. And like from here on in, strength becomes increasingly important to Vegeta because he's the last of the royal bloodline for starters, and also to his knowledge, there's a measly 2 Saiyans left in the entire universe. He probably shouldn't have killed Nappa, right? Whoopsie! Okay, Nappa wasn't that powerful, but anyway, it would have been helpful to have a 3rd Saiyan around. Anyway, moving forward. Vegeta had multiple tantrums, heaps of mental setbacks. He was trying to go Super Saiyan and it wasn't working for him. You could see the struggle. You could even feel the struggle, which made us feel connected to Vegeta because like, he wanted to be a Super Saiyan like Goku. And it made it way worse that Goku was a low-level Saiyan. So Goku was not really entitled to that power in Vegeta's eyes because he wasn't elite like Vegeta was. So, being a royal, he felt like he should have that before Goku has it. Ultimately, Vegeta did get there. He did turn Super Saiyan when he was off training, but it did feel like every minute that he was training to become Super Saiyan, I think it took him 3 years, every minute that he was training to do that was a minute that Goku was training in Super Saiyan 1, getting stronger and stronger.
Anyway, now it's pretty obvious that you've been training. I want to see what you've learned.
And so it turned out that he kind of had to stop caring in order to gain the transformation, because by not caring, he would then rid himself of all of the selfishness that came with the transformation.
I didn't care about anything. And then it happened.
And then boom, it ejected itself out of him like a bat out of hell. Anyway, androids are coming. Get your shit together, Vegeta, please. We need you as part of the Z Squad. Stop laughing like a maniacal maniac and get back to Earth immediately. We need you. To be fair, the newborn Super Saiyan Vegeta wiped the damn floor with Android 19. And it was a super, victorious and glorious day for all of us as Dragon Ball Z fans. Well done, Vegeta. And then Cell came. And then a 14-year-old boy known as Gohan ascended to Super Saiyan level 2, which obviously shook everyone, including our prince. During this arc, Gohan saved Vegeta as well, which was like rushing for his pride stat. So after the Cell Saga, off we go into training for 7 years. It's a good time to get strong in your new Super Saiyan form. In this time, he has a wife, he has a child called Trunks, who's obviously a half-breed Super Saiyan. You know, he's regenerating his fallen race one by one. But then out of fucking nowhere, some genie-wielding wizard maniac called Babidi had sat his ass down on planet Earth and come to fuck up everyone's day. And when the world was threatened with his monster Majin Buu, Supreme Kai wasted no time in telling our boys like how threatening this truly was. It could mean the destruction of all of humanity. We all know that the Saiyans were more excited than scared to fight Majin Buu. Like, you could literally see the sparkle in Vegeta's eyes where he's like, finally, I've trained for 7 years and now I get to flex my power on this Buu creature.
His single desire was to eliminate all living things, and he was very good at it.
As usual, everyone's life goes on hold to fight the giant big monster. Okay, so let's off the Babidi's ship, which for no reason at all was underground. Okay, I get it. You have to hide Majin Buu while you cook him for a little while in his little capsule. As the Kai, Goku, Gohan, and Vegeta descended the ship, because, you know, it was underground and it had levels, they descended the ship and each floor had progressively stronger monsters. So Vegeta fought first.
Maybe if this was 500 times gravity, you might have an advantage. But 10, I don't even feel it.
And then Goku. And then Gohan. Deborah communicated to Babidi that Vegeta was impure. And when Babidi heard that, he wasted no time enslaving Vegeta. Okay, trying to enslave Vegeta. Babidi essentially was here to turn Vegeta against the others, and Buu could hatch, and then Babidi's plans would all go as smooth as daisies. So when Babidi starts the ritual to enslave Vegeta, I gotta give him A for effort, but Christ almighty, you can't enslave this man. But anyway, when he started this ritual, you know, Vegeta obviously fought back. He resisted. Supreme Kai knew what was happening, and so he told him he's trying to enslave him, you know, because they didn't know what was happening. They couldn't see anything. Vegeta was, you know, reluctantly cowering, knees coming together, struggling, fighting back, all while grunting like a caveman. He fought so hard that he turned Super Saiyan, for Christ's sake. Although I will say this as a slight caveat, but when I look at it, it looks like it was almost a power-up to rise to something, rather than a power-up to kind of push it out. Because when he powered up, his arms went out and his legs went out and he was flying. And that's just what it seemed like to me.
How can you say that? I'm not innocent!
You can see the very point where Vegeta stops resisting. And it's just painful for him, physically, internally. Like, it's just painful for him. So he's still grunting and, you know, kind of... But it has started to take him over. You can see the dark under his eyes begin to happen. You know, Vegeta had let the possession essentially happen. His main motive was to reawaken the evil in his heart so he could use this to battle and defeat Goku. Obviously, for the 7-year period, or even a 10-year period, because there was a 3-year period where he went and trained to become a Super Saiyan, and he had already met Bulma at this point. And then there's 7 years, obviously, after the Cell arc. So there's a 10-year period where he knows Bulma and has begun to soften. So he takes on the Majin possession to reawaken this dormant evilness that he has very, very deep down, that he knows is there. Anyway, it's safe to say that it fucking worked, as much as we didn't want to believe it when it happened. It almost looked like Vegeta could be acting, because he just maybe wanted to fight Goku so hard. But no, this motherfucker had reignited his former evil self. There was no doubt about that. Obviously, Obviously, Goku refused to fight Vegeta when he proposed it in front of thousands and millions of spectators.
But what did I just tell you?
Kill spectators.
Including his wife. But no, Vegeta proceeds to hurl an attack into the crowd, thus solidifying that he is in fact evil again. Now, just a side note, I personally love the look of Majin Vegeta, and I feel like many of you will agree the design of it was so great. Not only was he on screen rocking a Super Saiyan level 2, he's as vascular as a pro bodybuilder, and he has a really cool M tattoo. I don't think anyone in the Z-verse has a tattoo. Anyway, moving forward. Naturally, Goku's going to end up in an all-out brawl with Vegeta because what's he going to do? Keep saying no? Like, the bro is obviously prepared to kill just so that he can level with Goku. Now, you might even be asking, why did Vegeta want to square up with Goku so badly? Aren't they on the same team? You know, if you've seen it, yeah, you'll know. If you haven't, or if you don't remember it that well, it might still be questions, whatever. But anyway. Lucky for you, Vegeta is a man of many words and he knows how to use them very, very well. So he has a eloquent and very moving speech that you can see many YouTube videos about it. In it, he talks about pride, how Goku has constantly surpassed him, and that he even saved his life as if he was some kind of helpless child. I'm going to sum his speech up with the most powerful sentence of his scene right here.
And his debts must be paid.
You can't really argue with the man too hard. Like, sure, he could probably relax on the killing of the people in the stadium. Anyway, they go and they fight and they go to where there's nobody else, which is great because otherwise, you know, thousands more people would die. Majin Vegeta has massive boosts in his speed, in his strength, in his, he's obviously Super Saiyan level 2 now, which we hadn't seen in the anime until now. And Vegeta is literally operating at a level that Goku was not prepared for. Now, when Vegeta is Majin, he has techniques such as energy rings. Actually, as far as I know, that's the only new technique he has as Majin Vegeta. He does, however, have massive boosts to his already existing attacks, such as Final Flash and Gallic Gun. And I guess there is the massive oversurge of power that he does use in his final atonement in an attempt to destroy Majin Buu. But first, I actually do want to touch on how hectic his fight was with Goku. We had caves being destroyed, open land so no civilians got hurt, which, to be honest, I feel further added to the feeling of this is Goku and Vegeta's fight. The colors were epic. Everybody looked great. Goku had a halo on his head, Vegeta had the M on his head. They were different than what we had ever seen them before. Vegeta uses energy rings to pin Goku against a wall and slap him in the face. Like he's some kind of Snoop Dogg. He thereafter ripped the rocks away from the wall and smashed it into Vegeta's head, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the way that this particular fight ended, I'm not a big fan of, because it was really kind of cowardly. Vegeta agreed to a truce with Goku because Majin Buu was getting really close to hatching. The more that they fought, the more energy they were putting out there, and Majin Buu was literally just absorbing that in his little egg chamber, and the more that he got, the closer he got to hatching. So Goku said, I think we really have to end this, Vegeta. Like, come on, it's obvious that, you're stronger than me. Vegeta goes, you know what, Kakarot, you're right. Where's those sensu beans you've been hiding? And Goku's like, wow. Turns around, starts undoing them from where he had them hooked onto his outfit. And then Vegeta came along, threw his hands together, and did a big old hammer punch upside the back of Goku's head, which KO'd Goku. And then Vegeta went to fight Majin Buu, thinking he could destroy him, because let's face it, he's just had a massive boost in power. You would probably think that Vegeta might be able to take this. We were very mistaken. We then found out that Majin Buu could regenerate, even if he was blown into a million pieces. He could regenerate from a hole being blown in him. He was also essentially a child, which Vegeta just could not deal with. There were moments where Majin Buu was dancing around and Vegeta was essentially calling him disgusting in his beautiful, princey, somewhat British voice. I think that even though Vegeta was undertaken by Majin, he still was 100% through and through Vegeta. There was nothing really that different about him other than the initial hatred that he had for Goku, you know, that had risen up again, and that made him want to fight Goku so much harder. And it did make him willing to kill thousands of innocent people. But other than that small detail, there really wasn't that much that was too different about him. Like when he's fighting Majin Buu, he's getting annoyed, he's getting impatient, he's getting frustrated because Majin Buu's taking the piss out of the fight. And he is doing that because he's essentially an infant, which obviously Vegeta doesn't know at that point. And then we get to Vegeta's final atonement, where he goes to end everything. Now, I asked my community on Instagram what their favorite Majin Vegeta scene was. One of the most powerful answers that I got was where Vegeta had knocked out Trunks and Goten because they were there trying to help and all of that kind of thing. And Vegeta obviously said to Trunks, "Come here, son. I haven't hugged you since you were a boy." I think Trunks is 4 at that point. So he gives him a hug. It's genuinely emotional. The man is about to sacrifice himself, and he's hugging his son, and his son is very confused. And then Piccolo and Krillin come along. Vegeta has knocked them out nicely, did a little tap on the neck, and then Vegeta asks,
In this other world, or whatever it's called, will I see Kakarot again?
and Piccolo says, "This is going to be very hard for you to hear, but no, because you've spent your life in selfish pursuits." Now, the fact that Piccolo said that to him, and Vegeta still sacrificed himself in the way that he did, you can't tell me as a grown adult, or even as a 14-some-year-old watching that didn't make you tear up a little bit. I'm a pretty tough woman, and that still makes me very emotional anytime I watch it. Because we would all do the same damn thing, but Vegeta doing that? Shit. So, obviously that kind of ended Vegeta. It didn't destroy Majin Buu, but it did a pretty good job of putting like a dent in the arc, a dent in the saga, and it was the best way to end Majin Vegeta after he had just been so selfish wanting to fight Goku, after he had just killed thousands of people, after he had let Babidi take him over, after everything that had happened, Frieza, Beerus, Planet Vegeta being destroyed, all of the Saiyans being gone. For him to wind up in a self-sacrificial moment is some of the best anime that I've ever seen. I do hear a lot of people saying that Dragon Ball is really basic writing, but I can't deny how emotional it can be. And again, especially that scene. So, I mean, overall, Majin Vegeta is such a great anti-hero. He has had such a build-up from the first Saiyan saga all the way to the very end of Dragon Ball Z. And then even if we fast forward into Dragon Ball Super, obviously they've chosen to forget about what happened when Vegeta was Majin, but he just continues to develop to the point where him and Goku are quite literally friends, and they're both chasing the same thing at that point, which is just to be stronger, and they end up training with Beerus and Whis on Beerus's planet. The development is definitely there. I think that Vegeta had to go through the Majin arc and the Majin possession in order for him to really value maybe what he does have. That sounds really cliche, but I would like to say that his relationship with Bulma definitely flourished after the Majin arc, after, you know, he almost killed her. So anyway, that is my critical analysis, my basic critical analysis of Vegeta and Majin Vegeta, and the lead up to why he even became Majin in the first place, why he let Babidi take him over like he did. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. And if you are already subscribed, then I love having you here, and welcome back. I'd love to hear what you want me to talk about next, because I don't know if you noticed, but I love talking about this stuff. This is in my soul, it's in my veins. Much like the evilness that flows through Vegeta's veins. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in another video.